The first stop will be for all B gates, and the second stop will be for all C gates.
Okay, so let's look at some things you're not supposed to look at. You're not supposed to look at the environment in an airport. You're only supposed to pass through. So this dead, soulless place with its dead, soulless stores is part of the reason we hate coming here so much. There's nothing welcoming. It's all meant to make you feel disconnected and like you should get out of here, which you should. It's amazing how air travel has become. I remember looking forward to it when I was younger. I don't know, is it just me or has it changed a lot? You know, I'm 68 years old right now, so it has certainly changed. Maybe someday I'll do a video where I talk about how much it's changed, but now it just seems like this strange, inhuman environment where we aren't invited to participate. So I just went through the most elaborate and bizarre illustration of French bureaucracy, trying to get my bags through. Bags I went through two screenings yesterday without a hitch. There's a guy at the beginning who is saying to me, well, first of all, it's not laid out. In most places where you go through the baggage check, there's a pile of little tubs, and you pull one down, you fill it up. Then if you got more, you fill that one up, and you fill that one up. There weren't a pile. They were underneath the place where you're standing, and there's nothing tells you that. Meanwhile, I'm standing behind a woman thinking when she's done, it's my turn. A place opens up and a guy fills in the place with someone else. And I'm like, hey, what about me? And he looks at me like I'm insane. And then I go to another line, which makes them upset. Like, why am I switching lines? Because there's no line. I go to an open spot, and then they show me that the tubs are underneath and I'm supposed to get them out. So I get one out, and I put my stuff on top so that I can fill them up. And the guy's saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I can't even explain it all. It's just so ridiculous. But anyway, the point is, I filled up, 3 tubs, and the guy kept rushing me, and I didn't have time to get my camera out. So the camera goes through, and they stop it. And there's a woman who goes through it, and she looks and it's just like bad. So they run it all through again. And they don't tell me that they're doing that. And I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting, like I've committed some major crime. This is French bureaucracy is always like that. I've run into it several times in my life, and I absolutely hate coming through the gates here. And then there's a whole thing where you go through one security check with your passport. Then you go through baggage inspection hell. And then you march along, and then there's some sort of weird place where you put your passport in. You stand in a box, and then you look at a camera, and they tell if it's you. Unfortunately, it was. But I was just thinking, what if it's not? Or what if you're wearing glasses now and you weren't in the photo? Or, all these different things. And, just crazy stuff. I will be, this whole trip, I'm doing 5 airplane trips in a couple of days. And air travel has just become a nightmare. Fortunately, in 2 days, I will be on my favorite form of transportation in the world, the Alaskan ferry. Leaving the customs hall in Seattle, I'm coming to see my cousin Mike, who will put me up for the night, with his wife, Chris. I owe them a lot of thanks. There was a strange thing in their house that I had to look at. I actually took a shower in here, but it was a strange fixture plumbing assortment that that was essentially modeled on a Japanese wooden bathtub, but this was one large piece of plastic with some stainless steel coming out of it. And I just looked at it and I thought, this is really fascinating. Now, I guess Mike bought this thinking this would be a nice sort of, he's getting older. He's about 10 years older than I am. Getting older, yeah. But he bought this thinking it would be, therapeutic. You sit down and take a bath. You could actually fill this thing up with water, and sit in the bath. Although it's really fascinating to me that it has, electronic buttons on the side. Everything seems to be a smart version of itself. And he's only taken used it once, according to her. They got it about a year ago. No comment. On to Alaska. Let's get to the serious stuff.